Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel kavwebdesigns, and today I'm going to tell you all about HTML Favicon, HTML Page Titles and HTML tables. If you didn't watch our previous video, please watch it right now as we are jumping into a new topic as HTML Favicon. What is HTML Favicon and what is a Favicon first of all? Favicon is a small image displayed next to the page title in the browser tab. How to add a Favicon in HTML? You can use any image you like as your favicon. You can also create your own favicon on sites like favicon.cc and many more. Tip: a favicon is a small image, so it should be simple with high contrast. A favicon image is displayed to the left of the page title in the browser tab like this. As you see here, I have kavita.webflow.io, my mother's portfolio, and as you see here, the page title is here and the favicon here is here. As you see here, this is a favicon. It is very small and it is very simple. To add a favicon to your website, save your favicon image to the root dictionary of your web server or create a folder in the root dictionary images and save your favicon image in this folder. A common name for favicon images is favicon.ico. Next, add a link element to your index.html file or after the title element like this. Now let's go down. As you see here, we have an example here where we have the HTML and the head tag, where we have the document type, documentation type and HTML and the head tag. Inside of there's a title here which has some context like my page title. After that we have a link element. The inside of a link, and also the link element is empty. That means it doesn't have any end tag and it's just like the image tag. It only contains attributes like rel means relating, type and href. Now as you see here, we have a rel. Rel means relation. I gave the rel as an icon. That means it's a small picture displaying. And we gave it the type of image/x-icon. That means it is a favicon icon. And we gave the href, so it is from a different page. It is from a different folder. And I gave it favicon.ico, which I told you what it looks like. And we have a header and a paragraph. Now you should save the index.html file and reload it into your browser. Your browser tab should now display your favicon image to the left of the page title. Favicon files format support. Here, the following table shows the file format support for favicon image. Here we have the browsers, the ICO, PNG, GIF and JPEG and SVG. Now, as you see here, for Edge, ICO, PNG, GIF and JPEG and SVG are all yes. That means favicon supports all of them, and it's the same for Chrome, Firefox, Opera and Safari and many more browsers. Chapter summary. We use the link element to insert in Favicon. Now let's go to our next chapter on our list is HTML page title. Every web page should have a page title to describe the meaning of the page. The title element adds a title to your page. Now as you see here, we have an example here where we have the head tag. Inside of a head tag, we have a title tag, and I gave it some random context. And as you see here, inside of our body, I just wrote some like text here. Now the title is shown in the title bar like this. As you see here, my mom's portfolio again here. As you see here, I made a box to show you what the page title should look like. As you see here, here's an example of it. Here we have Kavita here. That means my mom's page title. Now the page title is very important for a search engine optimization. SEO. The text is used by search engines algorithm to decide the order when listing pages in search results. So that means when you're publishing anything like suppose you're publishing a portfolio or something else with that, when the page title you write portfolio and you search it up, portfolio, the web browser will look at all of the websites which have the name portfolio on their page title. So maybe your website would come It depends on how popular it is or not. The title element. The title element defines a title in the web browser toolbar, and it provides a title for a page when it is added to favorites, and it displays a title for the page in the search engine results. So try to make the title as accurate and meaningful as possible, so people will get attracted to it and people will like it much and they will try out your website. HTML title tag. The title tag description defines the title of the document. Now we are moving on to our last chapter of today, HTML tables. HTML tables allows web developers to arrange data in rows and columns. Now as you see here, we have an example where we have some style. We're styling the table with font family Arial and sans serif. So if the font family Arial doesn't show up, the font family sans serif will show up. Now we have the border collapse, which collapses the border, and we have the width of 100%. We're styling the table with all of these, and the table data cell and the table header, which I'll explain later in this video, which has borders 1 pixel and solid and with a color of D, which contains a series of numbers which goes in the colors, which makes a color. T or table row, the nth child even, which is even, will have a background color of D. So no matter how many even are there, if there's infinite, they will still have the background color of DDD, a hashtag DDD. And inside of our body, we have a header 2, and then we have a table. Inside of our table, we have the table row. That means this is the first table row. We have a table head. We have 3 table headers: company, contact, and country. And here we have another table row which has table data cells. Table data cells are telling their company name or anything. Table data cells tell the data of them. That means it displays the data. And then we have another one which has same, and another one, so on. And then our table ends, and our body also ends without HTML. Now here the output. Now let's go in Visual Studio Code to learn about more. Wait, I'm opening this up. I'm opening a new file, my files. I'm opening my files. Wait for some seconds. Okay, as you see here, we have the same little code here, the same code that was shown. Now let's run it to see what's going to happen. As you see here, we have our table headers, and first of all we have a header 2, and then we have 3 headers: company, contact, and country. The contacts are Helen, Bennett, and Austria or UK, Canada, Italy. And as you see here, it came so nicely. This is the first one, this is the third one, and this is the fifth one. So they all show that they're odd because of the background color of DDD. So the background color of DDD has these. So it's light gray. So now let's go to PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Define a HTML table. A table in HTML consists of table cells inside of rows and columns. Here we have an example of a simple HTML table, which is the same thing that we just wrote right now, that we just saw right now, but shortened a little bit. Now let's go in Visual Studio Code. As you see here, this is the same thing. Header, we have a header here. We have a header at the first, and here we have a header at the last. Now as you see here, in our style, after our HTML, we never wrote any head because it's optional for you to write head, but I'd recommend you to not write head. So now inside of our style we have the table, and see, I'm collapsing the table, and I'm opening the table. Now here inside of our style we have the table header, and the table data cell. We're all styling them with a border 1 pixel solid black. So it will come 1 pixels. The border will come with 1 pixels solid, so it's visible and black. Now let's run it to see what's going to happen. Also here we gave a style here with a width of 100%. Now let's run it to see what's going to happen. Now opening it with Google Chrome. As you see here, it was the same thing as before, but more styled and more colorful and all. And here we have a header 2 and our paragraph. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Table cells. Each table cell is defined by a TD and a /TD. That means the end of the TD tag. A TD stands for table data. Everything between TD and TD slash are the content of the table cell. Now, as you see here, we have a table here with a table row TR, and we have the TD, the table data, and some more TDs like with some names, the content, the names, the content or the names. So Emil and Tobias, Linus, they're all written in here. Now let's go into Visual Studio Code to learn about more. As you see here, we have the same code as before. We're styling the table header, the table data cell with all of these, and we have the table, the style 100% with 100%, and we have the same code that was written as before with a header 2 and a paragraph. Now let's run it to see what's going to happen. Now I'm selecting a debugger. As you see here, Emil, Tobias, Linus, they all came with a cool border, with a good looking border. And we have a header 2, on our paragraph. Now let's go back to PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Table rows. Each table row will start with a TR and ends with a /TR tag. TR stands for table row. Now here, as we have an example here, we have a table. Inside of our table, we have the TR tag, table row. That means inside of our table row, we have the data cell. That's where all of our content goes in. So inside of our TR, we are storing some data as the TD. Now, as you see here, you also have these and these. You have the ages, TD ages 16, 14 and 10. Let's go to Visual Studio Code to visualize it. As you see here, the same code that was written before, the style, the width 100% and everything the same. But inside of our table, we have a TR and we have a TD and a /TD with Emil, Tobias and Linus. And now we have another table row which has their ages. So Emil's age is 16, Tobias' age is 14 and Linus' age is 10. Now let's run this in Visual Studio Code. As you see here, I'm running it. Now, as you see here, we have another table row. The table row comes always downwards. So here we have a header 2, a paragraph. In the middle of them, we have Emil, Tobias and Linus. And this is their ages 10, 14 and 16. So they are all in decent ages. So now let's go back to PowerPoint presentation. Last and finally is table headers. Sometimes you want cells to be table header cells. In those cases, use the TH tag instead of the TD tag. TH stands for table header. Now here we have an example where we are using a table, where we inside of a table we have the TR, and instead of using the TD, we're using the TH. And so we have person 1, person 2 and person 3. Now in our second table row, we have Emil, Tobias and Linus. Now we have their ages also, where we are using TD instead of TH. Now let's go into Visual Studio Code to look at this. Now as you see here, we have the same code, the same styling for even the table, the same styling. That we have a header 2 and we have a paragraph here, and we have a table header which comes bigger than the normal table data. Here we have the person 1, person 2 and person 3, which is person 1 is Emil, Tobias is person 2, Linus is person 3. Their ages are Emil's age is 16, Tobias 14 and Linus 10. Now let's run it to see what's going to happen. Running it with Google Chrome. Now as you see here, our table header didn't come to the left because table headers come to the center, which make them a header so people recognize them as a header. And they're also bold. So they get recognized by everybody, just like the header 1 and the header 2s. Here we have a header 2 and the paragraph here. So that's all for today, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video and you want to support us, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Kavi Web Design. And see you in the next video. Bye bye. We'll continue tables in the next video. See you in the next video. Bye bye friends.